September 11th, 2012. Why is Governor Bush arguing it is not fair to question his brother for failures leading up to September 11th, 2001? Joining us now, former governor of Florida and Republican presidential candidate, Jeb Bush. Governor, good to see you tonight. Why? Is it a double standard?
Not at all, because if someone had evidence that there was a pending attack, there was a lot of investigations after 9/11. If there was tangible evidence that there was an attack that was pending and no one acted, of course there would have been criticism, but that's not the case.
You know they're arguing that there was. Trump argues George Tenet offered a warning that an attack
Trump doesn't know what
imminent.
he's talking about. Trump doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know anything about this, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. There were massive investigations of this. There were hearings. And did we let our safeguards down? Sure, we did. I mean, under the Clinton administration, it was a law enforcement operation. But in the case of Benghazi, there were clear signs that this consulate was at risk. It had already been attacked. It was 9/11. There wasn't the security. And I think the investigation, the testimony today bears that out.
What did you make of Hillary's testimony today?
Didn't accept responsibility. Well, I didn't see much of it, but she's not accepting responsibility. 2 weeks ago in the debate, she said that Libya was a great example of smart power. Well, I think it's in total chaos now, and leading from behind was not the best way to deal with this problem, and the security problems that exist created a tragedy of 4 American lives lost. And so this was not a great day for the Clinton Department of State, for sure.
Let's talk about the latest in the polls, because speaking of Donald Trump, he is #1 atop the leaderboard. According to the latest ABC News poll, he's at 32. You're at 7, in 7th place. The Real Clear Politics average, he's at 27. You're at 7, in 5th place. He has said that if his poll numbers tank, he'll get out of this race. What would it take to make you get out?
I'm not getting out. I believe that we have a plan to be very competitive in the early states. We have the resources to stay with this. I'm campaigning hard. I'm campaigning with heart. I'm campaigning in a way that will draw people towards our cause. Herman Cain was the winner at this time when he was running. Hillary Clinton was up by 26 points in October against Barack Obama. Rudy Giuliani was the front runner, 8 years ago. So this is the beginning of a hard race. I never thought it would be easy, and it certainly hasn't been, and I believe that I'm going to win the nomination.
But no one's ever had this kind of a lead for this long a time and then gone on to lose the nomination.
Well, let's talk about it in March. We'll see what happens.
How badly do you think your immigration policies are hurting you in this race? Because according to the latest poll out of Iowa, this is Quinnipiac, 37% say they believe Trump can best handle illegal immigration. Just 5% say you can.
Well, when people know that I've written a book about the subject that calls for securing the border, have a practical plan to do that, have a practical plan to deal with the visa overstayers, to create a guest worker program, to have a path to legalized status, not citizenship, a practical conservative plan that wouldn't cost hundreds of billions of dollars.
They know all that, and they know that
Megyn.
Trump is out there saying that Mexico is sending its rapists and so on, and they are behind him and not you on this issue from the polling.
Once they get all of the facts, my guess is that you're going to see that Donald Trump won't be at whatever percentage he is today. And we'll try. This is why we have a democracy, right? This is why, I know you guys are consumed by the process. I'm concerned about people that want to be lifted up, that are stuck. 6 million more people living in poverty. $2,300 reduction in disposable income for the middle class of this country. I'm talking about ideas to break the logjam in Washington, D.C. and fix it. And I don't believe the front-running candidate for the Republican nomination cares about people like that.
Well, let me ask you about him, because in watching you at the debates, sometimes he takes these personal shots at you and you're low energy, and then he seems to praise you when you have a vigorous answer as sort of responding to his taunt. Now you're high energy. To me, it seems like you stand out there. You don't know what to do with it. It's like, how am I supposed to respond to this? You tell me. Do you have a plan for dealing with Donald Trump?
We're in the same boat, Megyn.
Well,
we were in the same boat, I think.
But I'm not running for president.
I mean, come on. This guy is totally unique. He's not a serious candidate. He's a great entertainer. I get all that, but I'm running because I think people need to be lifted up. We're in a deep funk in this country. We have a divisive president. We don't need another divisive president. We need someone to unite us around high sustained economic growth and keeping us safe. Donald Trump is not my motivation to run. I wish him well. I don't have bad feelings about anybody, but I believe that I'm going to win this nomination when people hear the views that I have and my leadership experience to fix it. I got to do this not in Washington where nothing happens. I got to do it as the governor of a swing state where conservative principles allowed everybody to have a chance to have rising income.
Governor Jeb Bush, it's good to see you again. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Megyn. Take care.
Up next.